Hello, it's Empress LuxAse. Please like and subscribe. Thanks to those that already do. If you like exclusive content, check out my Patreon and the member section over here on YouTube. So I decided to do a chart reading for Harry Styles. You guys seem to like this reading. So, you seem to like me. You seem to like Harry Styles. So I wanted to look into his chart. I must say he has an interesting chart. So I looked into his 2025 chart and also did a sneak peek into his 2026. I'm going to say 2026 for me is definitely the year we should I feel like it's going to be the rebirth year for him. I want to get to 2026, but before I get to 2026, I have to talk about 2025 and what I've seen for him thus far before I get to 2026. But next year looks pretty interesting for him. All right, so let's do a deep astrology dive into the next 2 years, counting this year for him. So he had a Saturn return, which means Saturn returns are not easy and not pretty. When Saturn returns, this is like all about fame, love, career shifts, and possibly even a spiritual rebirth. So if you're a Styles fan or just like a little good glow up type of energy, this is what he has. This is what he's going to go through. So this is all loosely based because I only could go off of the information I've seen online for him. I don't have his exact date, time of birth. But I will say he had an intense Saturn return period between 2023 and it ends in 2026. So it'll officially be over early to mid 2026 for him. So that's crazy. As Saturn completes its ingress into Aries after its retrograding dance, shall we say, through Pisces. So February 20th, 2026, I don't know why I just want to jump to next year. It will Saturn will conjunct his Neptune and Aries. So this will be like a once in modern history cosmic ignition point, signaling the dissolution of how he used to be, of an outdated identity and the birth of a new purpose. So what this means for Harry, that with the Saturn Neptune phase, the collision of realism with Saturn and creativity and transcendence with Neptune. So this is all about rebuilding his legacy from dream inspired blueprints. And the last couple of readings I've been doing, I'm like, he's working on something. He's working on something. So the end of the Saturn return often brings like a clearer, firmer self-definitions of people that experience it. So we can actually see Harry embracing a new identity beyond the boy band chart or the Prince of Pop expectations. I guess some people would consider him a Prince of Pop. So I would say we expect him to fully step into the public spotlight, not as the same Harry Styles, but an evolved version. So momentum will likely build through. I'm gonna say it's probably already building, but by mid-summer of next year, it would be definitely interesting to say what changes he makes. Now, moving on, I don't know why I just want to jump right into 2026 because it looks exciting for him. I just see a real big, good glow up energy for him. Now, 2025, with his Saturn return hitting the climax for him, the Saturn return is that growth, the F up transit. If you don't grow, what is wrong with you? It happens around when you're 29 and 30. So it's basically the universe is saying time to level up or break down. So for Harry, this started for him in 2023. So by this year, it's reached its boiling point for him. So he would have had a lot of creative highs and personal tensions, especially between January to April, because Jupiter would have triumphed him. It would have triumphed his Sun and Venus from Aries and Taurus. So meaning this would have been a lot of blessings, public praise, and artistic magic. So maybe a lot of creative breakthroughs or love from the fans and behind the scenes magic building momentum for him. But Mars then would have squared everything in February to June. So Mars going wild in his chart like that, scoring his moon, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn. This would have been a potential creative burnout, possibly arguments or power struggles and serious emotional pressure. For example, the Lewis Tomlinson situation, the back and forth energy, they take one step forward, 10 steps backwards. So this was like, if this was a movie, this would have been where the hero doubts their path. He's shiny, but he's cracking too. So what if it's almost like writing an album while the house is metaphorically or literally on fire. Then around June 20th, when Mars opposing his Saturn, would have been where the pressure breaks and then he tries to rebuild. So June 20th, when Mars opposing his Saturn, this would have been one of his hardest moments of the year. He could have felt blocked and just been misunderstood and tired. There could have been a lot of career tension, emotional burnout. August would have been, and what today is? It's July 22nd. So August is like an image shakeup or a tabloid drama. So transits around August 11th through 29th hint at possible image issues, possibly a breakup, immediate incident, or fan-based backlash. September 29th to October 20th, he's going to get some relief because of Jupiter and Saturn. And he'll get a boost, possibly a new contract, a collab, or just some sort of personal win. October to December, tensions returns. This could be misunderstandings or the price of visibility catching up again. The lesson in all this is say no, protect peace, and let go what no longer fits. So for me, the overall energy for him is pressure to pivot. He's being stripped down only to come back with a cleaner, stronger foundation. There's a new Harry being built. But 2025 is the messy middle part of all of that. Now 2026, which I've been dying to get to, is the rebirth year for him. So early 2026, the Saturn return ends finally for him. So the storm comes. So he emerges, yeah, I've been through some battles, but I'm wiser. So that chapter of emotional destruction wraps up by spring. February 20th, his Saturn conjuncts Neptune at 0 degrees Aries. That's huge. This is a once in a generation shift. Saturn's like teaches you those lessons, his boundaries. Neptune's is like dreams, fogginess, the rose-colored glasses. So in Aries, his personal identity rebirthed and starting over on his terms. So this could be like him doing like a genre-breaking album, maybe a spiritual activist shift, or like a new visual identity or fashion reinvention. Spring of 2026 is giving welcome back to the spotlight. And with April 25th, Uranus is going to settle more so into Gemini again. So boom, this is like sudden moves, shocking headlines, creative reinvention. Harry is ruled by Uranus. And like I said, this is all loosely based, but from what I gather from the information I can find, he's an Aquarius sun. So this is his wild card planet waking up. So I would say, is this going to be a surprise album drop, film or fashion announcements, or some sort of deep lyrical content or genre flip, like him changing genres? That would be interesting if he changed genres. That would be really interesting. Aquarius placements are they're not conventional, but low-key very intelligent too. June 2026, Jupiter in Leo. This will be a golden transit for him because this will be fame, love, leadership, romance. So this will light up his public house, world tours, awards, or legacy moments. He's finally out of the cave, literally. He's running the kingdom now. Now, romance in 2026, it could be coming his way, but is it the real deal? I'm going to say he may have a serious relationship commitment or marriage potential between summer and late fall. Saturn Aries means he's done with playing games. He wants to grow up, settle down. If he's been private, he can go public. If he's been single, a soulmate style partner could actually appear. I forgot the woman's name. I don't know if she came with Lewis or him, but one of you guys was mentioned somebody showed up with the woman. So from January to April 2025, he would have a lot of internal pressure with creative highs. It would have been very emotionally tense. June of this year would have been with the Mars-Saturn opposition, a lot of burnout, frustration, career crossroads. August to September, a reputation shakeup, image issues, tabloid rumors possible. October to December, there would have been a push-pull between fame and peace, relationship or work pressure builds. February of 2026 with the Saturn and Neptune rebirth, this is all about him renewing who he is. him having a new spiritual purpose. April 2026, Uranus and Gemini settles. So this is like sudden shifts, big announcements. June to December of next year, Jupiter in Leo is giving TarotReading energy, romance, high status. So I would say 2025 was the breaking down of him, and 2026 is about the rebirth. So by the end of 2026, Harry won't be just known for his voice, fashion, and charm. He'll be stepping into his legacy, creating work that will inspire the soul and shake the charts. So this could be music, acting, activism, all three. But this would be the era that Harry became more than Harry. So if you like this cosmic breakdown of Harry Styles' next chapter, hit like, subscribe, drop your prediction in the comments. Do you think he's going to be a surprise album? Will he settle down in 2026? Or is he cooking up something we haven't even imagined? Either way, the star says Harry's not done. He's just getting started. And I don't know why I got so excited reading his chart, but I like the energy. So that's what I have. Bye.